Hey guys, just want to show you what I got in the mail today. It's a ArkPak 12 volt portable battery station. It's basically a really fancy battery box. It has a smart charger built in with a display screen. Shows you the activity of the battery input and output. Let's just get right into it. This is the pack itself. It's really high quality. It's really thick. See, it's got an inverter there with a USB. Anderson PowerPole 50 amp connector. That's kind of cool. That's kind of the new standard of anything 12 volt these days. You can see it's got a battery isolator, and right now it's reading the battery voltage. I'm gonna go into this, but I'm just gonna do a quick overview. It's got two 10 amp 12 volt cigarette outlets. This is a vent. It's got the capability to add another battery for a dual battery setup, or you could charge this. This could be an input or output. Basically, it's directly connected to the battery, not through the smart charger. Like I said before, it has an onboard 6 amp smart charger. So if I plug this in, so I just plugged in the charger. You can see now, instead of reading 12.8 volts, it's 14.5. It's on the charge cycle. It says it's 100% charged, but it still has 6 hours left because it's going to go into this kind of like slow charge mode where it tests the battery and kind of really displays the status really precisely, which I thought was kind of cool. So here's a power button. You can shut the whole unit off. Heard the fan. It has a fan for the electronics that monitors it, and then another one for the inverter if you had the inverter on. But let's just show you what's inside ArkPak. So it doesn't come with a battery. You have to provide your own battery. This is a 50 amp hour Optima. I believe it says it can hold up to 140 hour battery. It looks like that would probably be a group 31 battery, but don't quote me on that. You definitely want to use a large deep cycle. It's just really high quality. Everything's really thick plastic. This doesn't feel like a battery box you buy for your boat at Walmart. I don't think they're going to sell these at Walmart. You can see the fuse pack there. I mean, everything's fused as the main. Like if you were to hook up this battery backwards, you'd blow the main, but you wouldn't hurt anything else. Also, negative, positive, hook up the box, and then it also has another wire here for the temperature sensor. So this actually reads the temperature of your battery and adjusts the charging as necessary according to the temperature of the battery and what it needs. Okay, so I just plugged in my battery, and I want to take you through what it shows if you had one of these and you just put a new battery in. So I'm going to turn it on. Sensing the battery. It says, "Have you installed a new battery?" Yes. So now it's asking me what kind of battery. Lead acid battery, like normal car battery, gel battery, calcium battery, which is pretty exotic, and AGM battery, absorbed glass mat, which is what I have. It's what these Optimas are. Okay. Because every type of battery needs a different charge voltage to make it full and to protect it. So I have a 60 amp hour battery, or nearest to, and I misspoke before. It looks like 90 amp hours is the max. This physical case will hold. It's not like you can't hook up a bigger battery to it, but that's what it's made for. So 60 amp hour battery, yes. Okay, so it says that it's reading the battery as 100% charged. It's in the discharge cycle, which means it's always going to be in this cycle unless I'm charging it, right? So right now you're using the battery because you're running this. You can turn this off. So you can turn the screen off. I think by holding this down. So it's reading the temperature 9 Celsius. I don't know if you can, this is made in Australia, so I'm not sure if you can make that Fahrenheit. Doesn't really matter because it's using that in its calculation, so I don't really need to know what temperature it is, but it's kind of cool it's checking. So now it's going to a testing cycle. It's kind of making sure the health of the battery, and if it weren't good, it would tell you. So I was kind of surprised. This this computer here in this ArkPak is really advanced for what it needs to be. Like I know people are going to look at the price of this, and it's a pretty big price. I think it's between $400 and $500, but you can see why, because this computer really watches out for your batteries and really accurately tells you the state of charge, which is kind of cool. Now to the other side, how are you going to charge this up? You have a couple options. This is just a hinged solar panel I made a couple days ago, but it's 20 watts. You know, you can wire this up directly here, and you'd want to, if you had a bigger panel like 100 watt or 75 watt, would be great for this. Put a charge controller on this because it doesn't have one. So you need the external charge controller. Another option is this Anderson PowerPole connection. It goes straight into the battery just like this does. Hi guys, I'm just testing the solar panel input for the ArkPak. It's kind of hard to read right now in the sun, but I've just connected this 20 watt panel directly to the battery via these. You can connect other things to the battery, but if you can read that, it says 12.5, and it's in the discharge cycle because it's not charging. And as soon as I connect this, it recognizes, sorry about the camera there, recognizes there's a charge input, and it'll say it's in the charge cycle. It is charging, and here I just kind of wanted to test it with the solar panels coming in and a load on the inverter. So this is the 150 watt inverter, and this is about 150 watts. This is 65 and this is 75 watts each. And this is typically what I imagine a good use for this, at least for me. You know, charging batteries to build stuff at the cabin, and maybe a light to build after dark. And obviously this is just for show. I would run 7 CFL bulbs instead of 1 incandescent wall 65 watt bulb. This is just for the test because I don't want to plug in 7 different bulbs. One thing I have noticed, the kilowatt meter doesn't read this inverter for whatever reason, like the type of sine wave, it doesn't like it. Other inverters, I've seen it read, but here it doesn't read any volts or any watts. And you could run a small refrigerator that's about 30 watts for 100 hours. It says it kind of gives you an idea of what you could run. A 19-inch LED TV for 80 hours. This is all assuming it has a 130-hour battery, which I don't have in there. Communication devices like any kind of radio or a cell phone. I think even an iPad charges at 10 watts. So you're talking 96 hours. Laptop, that's kind of more realistic. 120 hours. Winch does have the Anderson PowerPole 50 amp connector, so that's what a lot of guys are using for their winches on their like a cargo equipment trailer. 30 minutes, but so you get an idea. It'd be great for camping. I just like that it's been charging for a while now. It's at 85%. Kind of just tells you exactly how much power you have left, which is really cool. If you just had the volt reading, a lot of people wouldn't know what that meant. They sell accessories with it, so Ark sells a mounting bracket. You can mount it to a camping trailer or vehicle. Basically, this clips into bottom of this box here. Can't really show you. So you could attach it to a vehicle like semi-permanently. You could travel. Like I can imagine this on an equipment trailer. It's kind of like maybe like an off-road camping trailer, and then clip it on, and then I use this 24 volt, 12 volt car charger adapter to kind of keep it charged when I'm traveling, and then when I get there, I can either, it's charged up from the vehicle, and then I can have solar panels to keep me going for an extended period of time.